Societies. Who can tell me about societies on Earth and their shift? Look at the pictures and that should help you.
Civilization.
It's all about being civilized or getting civilized.
Russian.
Uncivilized, nomadic.
Nomadic? Anybody know what nomads were referred to?
Oh, I was just gonna say that.
Hunter-gatherers. Good.
Communication.
Okay.
What's next? We shifted from hunter-gatherers to what?
Farmers.
Agricultural society, which were farmers, correct? And what are we now? Industrial.
Free society.
So for each society, I'm going to cover the following things.
I mean, you can always put down the volume.
Exactly, you have to put me on one, right?
It's better for it to be loud and like.
So for each society, I'm going to cover the same things. So if you kind of want to like make a route, well, you have the notes, you have the shell, but I'm going to cover energy, general characteristics, population, environmental impacts, and types of resources used for each society. And when you look at them, you're looking at them as a comparison. So when we're going to talk about population, you think of the three, and how would this one be in comparison to the other two? So hunter-gatherers, what was their main source of energy? Sun. Which realistically, all our main source of energy is the sun. You grow. You started with this and you ended up with this. And they also use what?
Fire.
Fire, good. Whoops. And something, manpower, okay? Manpower is very important because that pretty much sums up the energy of hunter-gatherers. It was all them. What tools did they use? And my picture should guide you to the answers.
Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones and,
Broken bones.
correct, sticks, stones, and bones. Really? You know, word that describes a group of humans that move from places. Nomadic or nomads, okay? They never settled, okay? Based on that, the fact that they never settled kind of can guide you towards what their population was and what their environmental impact was. Good.
There's no tragedy or conflict.
Awesome. They were pretty sustainable. Their environmental impact was minimal, but there was still environmental impact because wherever they were, they would take from that area before they moved on. But they let land replenish, they let species regenerate because they moved from place to place.
Would it have been worse on the environment if they would have just stayed and kept using that land, or?
We live that moment. We're going to see the shift from one society to the next and see the effects of the environment. Yeah, big time. All right, population. Small, wide. All right, let me hear, because I want to hear all your good answers and try to talk loud so you can come out of the video.
Low survival rate.
Very little survival rate. They didn't shower, okay? Yeah.
When you move around, they can't have too much space to move around.
When you move around, you don't want to move around in large packs. Yes.
Like, did they even know what reproduction was?
Well, I always, you know, it's funny. What type of resources did they use? Think of the word that describes resources in environmental science. Renewable. Good. They use renewable resources. They didn't have any way of obtaining they didn't know them yet. I'm sure if they would have, they probably would have shifted. Good. We move on. I guess I could leave industrial for Monday, and that way we have enough time to go over the test.
Wait, so is it possible, like in today's day and age, for like a large population or culture to be nomadic, or is it like?
It's still happening. So, and that's a really good question. These shifts in society describe environmental science perfectly because we are mostly an industrialized world, but there's still an agricultural world and there's still a hunter-gatherer world or a nomadic world, okay? And they still function in this way. Their population size would still be low versus, okay? Yes?
Like even today in New Zealand, they found this society where the way they live is exactly like these hunter and gatherers would have lived. And they don't even know about modern technology.
And agriculture. What happened? What did we use as energy now?
Horses.
We did, we used animals, and I wonder where that is on my notes, but I think we are right here. Animals were domesticated, and animals right here for energy. What else? Still sun, sun always. Still, no coal yet, but something like it, what? Fire, wood, okay? Wood, or heat and fire from wood. Like barbecue. What kind of tools? Think of serious tools that were created that allowed for agricultural revolution. The plow, good.
Brakes.
Brakes.
Rakes.
Oh, rakes,
Like.
yes, which is like a plow,
Yeah.
except the rake was manual and the plow was run by a horse.
Yeah.
Irrigation systems, good. The watermill irrigation systems and animals pulling the plow. Obviously led to an increase in production because if you're gonna rake your own weeds and you're going to, do water lawn with a little canister, it's gonna take a long time. General characteristics of the population, of the society. Farmers is definitely the key word. What else? They stayed in one place. They settled.
Sedentary.
So when you settle, what forms?
Sedentary.
Civilization. Give me more specific words. Give me more specific words. Communities, good. What else? Look at my pictures.
Okay, so the small one. Thrones.
I guess I don't have really good pictures there. Governments, guys.
Government.
You got order now. So civilization, yeah. Environmental impact.
Medium.
Fair. Done. Environmental impact. He doesn't say I have to have a good one. That came out. Environmental impact compared to hunter-gatherers. Raise your hand so I can hear you. In tragedy, the commons begins. You settled, so what's gonna happen? Here was, and you can listen to this in the video. Here's one of the problems in the test. Your environmental impact. You would write words like environmental, had a great environmental impact. Well, what does that mean? Tell me what that means.
You said try to common start because if there's like a lake near them, they're not going to move out because
You're still not telling me what that means.
that they're still using the resources and they're
Abuse of resources. So yes, we're gonna say land abuse, and with land abuse comes waste. So if you picked up on this now, because this was a big problem on the test, and you almost said it twice. I said you don't say there was a lot of environmental problems. No, what are they? You don't say there was tragedy of the commons. You could say there was tragedy of the commons, which means the common areas were abused and resources were abused.
So like beginning of degradation.
Good. Degradation is a good word. And you can explain that word. Because sometimes the explanation is not restated in your statement, if that makes any sense. You're kind of throwing words in there. And the AP reader, a conversion from what to what? See if we get this. Good. That's kind of right. From forest to farm. Okay? So it's kind of in the same thing. You had all these forests, and in order to create farmlands, you cut down the trees, so you're already abusing of resources. And even though you kind of regenerated land, but you're settling and you're abusing that piece of land. What happens to the population?
Increase.
It increases. It's growing. Okay? Why?
Farming gives you were able to get more energy.
You got
You
food.
can feed more people.
You're feeding more people.
You need more people to work your farm.
You need people to work, which was a big mentality. So a lot of births. Births increase.
Yeah, was there a lower death rate?
And there's a lower death rate. People took a shower, they brushed their teeth, they had somewhere to go when they were sick, okay? Maybe they didn't take a lot of showers, but they're starting to. Resources used. Think of the word. Think of the word. That's environmental science word that describes a resource used by agricultural society.
Land.
Minerals.
Okay, you said renewable.
Non-renewable, non-renewable.
Get better. Potentially renewable. They're still using renewable resources, I listed them. They're just using them to a point where we can have some issues. There's gonna be a chance of slow regeneration or possible decline of that specific resource for a period of time. All right.